Alright, let's talk about The Accountant 2, or should I say Solomon. Yes, that's the alternate title for this sequel, which already has me raising an eyebrow. Why the name change? Maybe it's symbolic, maybe it's a hint about Christian Wolff's next big move, or maybe it's just Hollywood trying to sound mysterious. Either way, the stakes are high, the violence is stronger, and the language. Let's just say your mom wouldn't approve. So, Film Ratings officially gave The Accountant 2 a rating for, you guessed it, strong violence and language, just like the first movie. If you've seen the original, you know it. This means bullets flying, bones cracking, and a whole lot of "did he just say that" moments. But this sequel isn't coming from Warner Brothers, the studio that backed the first film. This time, Amazon MGM Studios is running the show. Now, before you panic about a new studio messing things up, let me assure you, the key players are all back. Director Gavin O'Connor is still at the helm, and Ben Affleck is suiting up as Christian Wolff once more. Oh, and Jon Bernthal's back too. Their brotherly dynamic was one of the highlights of the first movie, and we all want to see more of that tension-filled sibling rivalry. Our main guy, Christian Wolff, is not your typical numbers guy. Sure, he's a math genius, but he's also a one-man wrecking crew. The first movie showed us his ability to switch from crunching numbers to crunching bones, and the sequel looks ready to up the ante. The plot has him caught in the middle of a murder and a conspiracy, classic Christian. Now, if you're thinking, oh great, another accountant doing action, let me stop you right there. Christian isn't just any protagonist. His autism gives him a perspective and a skill set that sets him apart in a genre full of cookie-cutter heroes. Plus, the fact that he's teaming up with his brother again, that's a subplot just begging to dive deeper into their estranged relationship. Alongside familiar faces like J.K. Simmons and Cynthia Addai-Robinson, the sequel is bringing in some new blood. Daniela Pineda, Grant Harvey, and Michael Turk are joining the cast, which hints at a fresh twist in Christian's already chaotic world. What roles will they play? Friends, foes, frenemies? We'll have to wait and see, but knowing this franchise, no one is ever just one thing. So, about that alternate title, Solomon, is it a metaphor, a code name, a nod to biblical wisdom, or justice? With Christian's mathematical genius and morally gray world, the title could mean just about anything. But here's my bet. It's tied to the deeper themes of the film. Maybe Christian has to make a decision so tough it could rival Solomon's judgment. Or maybe it's just a cool way to make the sequel sound edgy. Either way, it's working. The Accountant 2 has officially wrapped filming, and the hype is real. The sequel picks up where the first film left off, and if you remember, Christian was about to reunite with his estranged brother Bra. Now, if you're thinking brotherly bonding over coffee, think again. This isn't that kind of movie. From the sound of it, these two are diving headfirst into some major trouble, because what's a good action movie without high-stakes drama? Cynthia Addai-Robinson, who plays Treasury Agent Mary Beth Medina, spilled a bit of tea during her chat with Inverse. Not too much, though, just enough to keep us hanging. According to her, Mary Beth has an amazing arc in the sequel. There's also a potential team-up between Christian and Bra, which could be as explosive as it sounds. And let's face it, these two don't exactly play nice, but when they do, it's bound to be epic. Addai-Robinson also mentioned she got to work closely with both Affleck and Bernthal all this time. Can you imagine that dynamic on set? It's like combining fire, ice, and a dash of mystery. But don't expect a smooth ride in the sequel. This isn't the kind of story where everyone just shakes hands and walks off into the sunset. Nope, something big and probably dangerous is coming their way. One possibility is that unresolved threats from the first movie are still lurking. Remember living robotics and all the skeletons in their closet? It wouldn't be surprising if some of those skeletons came back to haunt our favorite accountant. On the flip side, given that it's been 9 years since the original, a brand new threat might be in play. Sequels are tricky business. You have to build on the original while giving fans something fresh. From what we're hearing, though, this movie might just pull it off. Christian Wolff is one of those rare characters who's both brilliant and flawed in ways that feel real. Watching him navigate his world again, this time alongside his brother and Mary Beth, feels like the kind of emotional and action-packed roller coaster we didn't know we needed. With minimal competition leading up to its release, The Accountant 2 has plenty of room to shine. Sure, There's a Minecraft movie and a Michael Jackson biopic, but let's be honest. Action fans aren't exactly lining up to see a pixelated world or moonwalking drama. The only real competition comes a week later with Marvel's Thunderbolts, but that's fine. So long as Affleck, Christian Wolff, and his ledger-taming, bad guy-busting ways can dominate opening weekend, we're golden. And let's not forget, Amazon's handling the US distribution. That means even if The Accountant 2 doesn't rake in Avatar-level numbers, it has a sweet streaming deal waiting in the wings. Prime Video subscribers rejoice. But Affleck and director Gavin O'Connor aren't stopping at just one sequel. Nope, they've got their sights set on a trilogy. That's right, 3 movies to tell Wolff's story, The Accountant Cinematic Universe. But for that to happen, The Accountant 2 has to be a hit. You need to bring back what people loved while upping the stakes. Affleck knows this, O'Connor knows this. They're not just throwing together a cash grab. They're building a foundation for something bigger. If The Accountant 2 can deliver the same mix of brainy action and heart-pounding thrills as the first movie, it'll be like striking box office gold. And honestly, who doesn't want to see Affleck finally land his first trilogy? For a guy who's played everything from a crime-fighting vigilante to a Duncan enthusiast in memes, this is his chance to cement himself in action hero history. If The Accountant 2 gets good reviews, audiences will flock to see it, and maybe even rewatch the first one to refresh their memories. That's what you call a win-win. So, what can we expect from The Accountant 2? More uncooking the books, more action, and probably more enemies who underestimated Wolff's abilities. If the sequel digs deeper into his backstory or introduces a nemesis worthy of his skills, it could take the story to new heights. And if it's as good as we're hoping, we'll be talking about The Accountant 3 before we even leave the theater. Just think about it. A full-circle conclusion to Wolff's journey. It's the kind of trilogy that could sit proudly on anyone's movie shelf or streaming queue. April 2025 can't come soon enough. The Accountant 2 isn't just another action movie. It's the next chapter in a story that feels personal and thrilling all at once. Ben Affleck has already proven he's got the chops to pull this off. And with Gavin O'Connor steering the ship, this franchise could be headed for greatness. So grab your popcorn, mark your calendar, and get ready to see Christian Wolff back in action. Because if The Accountant 2 delivers, we're not just getting a sequel. We're getting a trilogy that could change the game. But one question still remains. What do you think about the new title, Solomon? Is it a genius move, or just Hollywood trying to keep us guessing? Drop your theories in the comments. With the stakes higher, the action sharper, and the cast stronger than ever, The Accountant 2 could redefine what a sequel can do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive updates and deep dives into your favorite films. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a thing. Trust me, you won't want to